the kind of crude process to distillate and what kind of process model the mode itself to operate, and then look into whether there is intermediate storage for you or is a rundown kind of intermediate productions. And then we look into providing you the optimum operational variables. So after you do your scheduling, then of course the next thing is blending scheduling. So the final product is important because this is what you value to quality wise to your client, and also we need to understand what is the kind of blend recipe that you have and where is your final product storage. And after the storage itself, of course, you deliver. And this is where we also have the shipping schedule that provide the product delivery, the pipeline movement, and even the tank farm control for any of the transfer itself. So these are some glimpses of supply chain scheduling that we can offer throughout the refinery and petrochemical side. So basically the idea is to make sure you have an integrated business process. We understand that some of this verification not only coming from one side, maybe Pertamina side got a headquarters, got an overall view. So what we are able to provide is a collaborative support. So everybody looking at one single kind of goal on the whole supply chain. If let's say A company, because of some incidents, unable to produce, then B company and C company has to make up for this process. This kind of supply chain, supply demand portion can be provided at a more holistic view, right down to the operation level itself. So we are looking into impact towards your logistic operation in terms of day-to-day scheduling, things like vessel, your dock operation, your tank farm, and then look into plant operation in terms of more towards a stability schedule and how to make sure that you benchmark against the good operation control, and then onto a kind of product tank kind of scheduling, which is basically on high variable, high operation variability, like product pipeline and then the product shipment, which is doing quite regularly. So idea, this I'm not going to go the details, but basically I can share with you the slides itself. Crude scheduling, as what I mentioned, these are the functions that we are able to provide, basically to reduce any crude degradation during the transfer. And these are some platforms you can see how we actually do the pipeline scheduling of a crude coming in from each site itself. We can define right down to detail, which is quite widely used by planner. And then once the planner have the scheduled plan and offered by the contract itself, this will be downloaded into the scheduling aspect, and you can monitor it online, the trends of any transaction that is being done. In the refinery scheduling, same thing. We set the platform for which unit to do the scheduling of this for the refinery, and we define on each unit what kind of products go they will be scheduling, and then where is the flow coming in. This all you can see real time. And then in terms of blending, we need to understand your refinery blending schedule. Some of them is very complex because of your different products coming in. So we can look into multi-blend scheduling optimization. This is also the strength of Yokogawa, quite unique. Not many the supply can provide. And then we can detail the blend schedule in terms of breakdown to blend recipe order. So these are some lookout that you can see in terms of blending. And then also the schedule plan for which blend at what rate itself. All right. And then we can do multi-blend schedule optimization. And then for shipment, of course, shipment can come from the ship itself or the truck, etc. You can plan and define. For example, this is a ship one. We can define coming from which jetty at which rate, and what kind of ship load, their size, and what is the kind of loading that they want to schedule. So all this is also can be planned upfront and execute right down to the operation level. All right. So docking schedule, when your ship is coming in and how to prepare my docking, so that making sure that once it load, it can ship out quickly. So as you ship out quickly, actually, once you finish complete your loading, actually the money is already in your pocket. So our idea is to accelerate on this transaction to get you ready. Is much faster. So these are some screenshot on the dock scheduling, how we plan it, and then the typical report we can provide, and then also integration to the whole system. So some of the plant they are using SAP, and also we gel it with the LP model and inventory, and plus your shipping itself to consolidate everything into a supply chain scheduling method. So I believe Pertamina should have some crude assay, but if we don't have, we also have the crude assay that can support in how to schedule what to blend for which kind of unit itself. Right? Then we can integrate with your planning system itself, so we can import any crude assay used by the planner, and then to minimize any data maintenance. These are integration sample that we do with ERP. So ERP system normally download and we can feedback across to them. And the whole ideas of having the refinery supply chain is to have